Tune in.
This is Speaking the Facts with Charlie and JR. And of course,
Hey
I am
y'all.
JR. And I got Charlie over there on the other side. How you doing, Charlie?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I am above ground, so it is a good day. No complaints
None.
whatsoever.
Mm.
So
And if you
have
have one, who you gonna tell? Anybody gonna listen? You know,
Ain't nobody gonna listen at all.
where do the complaints go?
That's right. That's right.
Is there? I know there's a complaint box. You
No,
know,
no, I don't have one. So we're gonna have to put one up for the occasional complaint.
for the occasional.
Right.
But we are back. I want to acknowledge our alter egos, the fly guy and the fly girls.
That's
I
right.
am.
Wow.
Don't call it a comeback because I've been flying.
Yes, yes.
And we got Fly Money over there on
Hey
the right.
y'all.
And our producer Kim is not here this week, but she is this shit's fly. So
That's right.
what's up, Kim?
And yeah,
Wherever you are.
exactly. And we're
So-
praying for Miss Kim.
Yes.
Yeah, her son had a surgery on his knee, shattered his knee, and ACL and ICL, a lot of
Oh, a lot of
CL.
L's.
Yeah, a lot of the L's, you know. So we're praying for
Yes, we are.
Brandon and
Yes, we are
speedy
definitely
healing
praying for Brandon. His full and quick recovery
with no L.
with no L. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. No more L's.
No
That's right.
L's.
So this week we have a special guest, my coworker, my friend Trina Shepard. Her business is Tess E Treats and Eats LLC. And
Yes.
as you can see from the spread we have in front of us, she is talented.
Very
And,
talented.
Before I go any farther, let me acknowledge the rest of the crew.
I was wondering, I was going
We
to
got
attribute that to
Dave and Tanner
age.
over there
You know,
on
I
the
was going to
bottom.
attribute that to a
What's
little.
up, y'all?
I was like, Dad's getting a little old. I was
Yeah,
gonna have to
well, you know,
remind him that
see.
that he forgot about something, you know.
Yeah,
But
Little old.
yeah, you know, just a little old. He forgot about a little something.
Yeah, well, I did,
Yeah.
but I recovered quickly.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I fall more often, but I recover quickly.
Yeah, you come on back. You come on back.
Uh,
So,
I forgot we are enjoying
oh,
a,
yeah, that's right. We always got to, you know, look at you forgetting everything. We just went to the sweets. We forgot
because we're excited
yeah,
about them.
you know, we always have our little
We-
You
toes.
can't have no sweets.
I know he's getting too hyper.
Yeah.
We are enjoying a prosecco, and who hey Gabe, since you were in the back, when you get a moment, tell us who makes this prosecco because I forgot. You know, that's one of them age things. The bottle's right there. Oh, yeah, who makes this prosecco?
La Maca.
Marco. Okay.
La Maca.
So here's to continued success,
Yes.
happiness, and love.
And love. There you go. And your imaginary glass.
And your imaginary
Clink,
glass.
clink,
That's right.
clink, clink.
So, and now that I have gotten all of the preliminaries out the way, almost all.
No, you did. But I wanted to, you know, kind of go back to what we were talking about off air before we came on the air. Those who are watching ahead of time, you know, got a little sneak peek. But I was teasing on my little corny joke about having to, you know, beg people to come on. And you were talking about, I mean, we can't, you know, like we got to beg people to come on the show. This is free advertising, guys.
It is.
Yes, it is.
And yeah, and so we want to promote small businesses, and this is how we do it. You know, by this time, hopefully, people have sat down with the kids. You know, they got them situated. You know, maybe they're at practice, and they can come on and watch the show, and maybe find out about another business. You can inspire someone.
Yeah.
You know, so it's always bigger than you. I mean,
Yeah.
we work hard as self-employed people. We kind of have our head down. I'm guilty of it. And when you look up, you're like, oh wow. You know, but there's so many people that you can help. And so you sharing your story may just inspire somebody else to get out there. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's bigger than you are.
Yeah.
Does that make you feel
Yeah.
better?
It does.
See, okay, that's good.
Yeah,
See?
it does.
So
It's worth
again, my friend, my coworker, you know, she actually took her truck and her time and helped me to move. She was doing a lot of
Oh, okay.
my stuff in her truck. So
Okay, so she also just has moving services then, you tell me.
Yeah, well, yeah, she does for special clients. I guess.
Yeah, special client.
But Miss Trina Shepard, she has her business is Tess E Treats and Eats LLC.
Yes.
So how you doing, Trina?
I'm doing good. Doing
So,
good. Thank you.
Just I hope y'all can see this because this is I want to show y'all one of these apples. And this is not your. Let me get your color. Hand me the pink apple. I want to use your color.
Okay.
So, because I know this is one of her colors. But
It is.
y'all look at this apple. Now
Mhm.
this is a candied apple, I take it.
It is.
Okay, and I'm not gonna ask you your recipe, but y'all look at this. Now we gonna sample some of these wares before we get out of here. I just want y'all to know that. So y'all gonna
Right.
watch us chewing shortly.
Right.
Better get a knife. That's,
Uh-huh.
that's real candy.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
we can do that, but this
Right.
Okay.
We got a kitchen around here somewhere now.
Yeah.
Who has the knife?
And these are
Cake pops.
cake pops.
Okay.
They are
Yes.
actually like
Yeah,
cake
it's just-
suckers and-
It's a cake ball on top of a sucker stick, I guess you can call it. But it's a cake pop. And it's candy coated. Some of them have sprinkles, some of them don't, but I think all of these do. So yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't you first of all tell us what the rest of what people are looking at, because this
Okay.
is, you know how I get excited when there's food on.
Yes, we do. Especially the sugar that you cannot have. Okay.
Yeah, like
I said that once.
uh-huh,
didn't I?
yeah,
Okay, I'm just-
yeah. The
you have to
ADD might kick
reassure.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had some strawberry cheesecake with a twist,
Mhm.
and I took it to the office yesterday, and I told him, I said, it's way too sweet. You know, you can't. So he was like, well, I just want some. I said, okay. And I literally gave him less than a teaspoon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And
because
then, yeah.
I don't want to bounce it off the walls. And he had to
Right.
drive home. You
Yeah.
know, a caring coworker.
Yes, right. That's right.
Yeah. So these are chocolate covered strawberries. These here don't have any designs on them,
Mhm.
but there's some up there that do.
Got you.
So-
So what got you into making treats and what and I mean it's a lot to pick up. So how about might be easier just to say, okay, well what what all you make?
Yeah.
You got I see pretzels, I see
Yes.
candy, I see airheads, I see
Mhm.
worms, Sour Patch Kids,
Yeah.
I see everything.
Candy on the stick, candy covered pretzels, and we even have some gold flake covered pretzels, and what else? I think that might be it of what I brought. I didn't want to
Okay.
bring a lot because I didn't know.
So it'd be fair to say that you specialize in candies, anything candy?
This is an added piece to what I do. I actually cater,
Okay.
and I do more private catering events, like the birthday party that I'm going to be doing soon.
On May 4th,
No,
because
May-
I was trying to get her to come to the verbal vibes conversation. And she's
Oh,
like, oh, I'm hosting a
gosh.
party. I can't make it.
Yes,
So
I am.
so
And
you're-
I just hosted a healing with a twist.
okay.
The young lady name is Queen Amon,
Mhm.
and I'm not real familiar with where I'm at most of the time because I'm still new to Texas, but I
Uh-huh.
believe it was in Dallas.
Okay.
And it was a nice event, so I just got through hosting that last weekend.
So you're new to Dallas and you've got your business and you got clients already. Like
Yeah,
that's motivation. Again,
that particular event opened up so many doors. There was another radio personality that introduced herself and told me what she did,
mhm.
being a part of three different arenas in her professional life. And so
Mhm.
she decided that she wanted to expose my business
Oh,
and
that's
myself to the communities that she's a part of. And so I'm looking to connect with her in this very near future. And then a couple of birthday parties and some other things. The young lady that I did the event for has already asked me to cater and also offer some more of my pretzels. I did 100 pretzels for her.
Uh-huh.
And so she wants me to do that again in October.
Gotcha.
They wanted some things that be done in June, but I'm already booked in June. So.
Okay, so let's back up a little bit because I got questions,
Okay.
and and again these are questions from the entrepreneurial spirit. Okay. So what made you start a business?
So this business is actually a branch off of a catering business that I established when I initially graduated from culinary arts back in 2002.
So you actually went to school for so you were actually
Yes.
working this degree you got.
Yes,
Okay.
myself and my brother, we grew up cooking. It started at about 7.
Okay.
We started having cook-offs around 11. Anything
wow.
from baked spaghetti, cheesy spaghetti to filet mignon.
Oh wow! Yeah,
Literally.
at 11. Shoot,
Yeah, at
my
11.
my menu was like a peanut butter and jelly
I know.
sandwich,
Yeah.
some ramen. You know,
Yeah.
I thought I was doing something when I was mixing mayonnaise and ketchup together and
Oh,
making me a little
yep.
Thousand Island to go on top of my burger, and then maybe
Right,
like, I mean,
right.
I was
No, I would not encourage young people to do that, especially today's time. And that's one of the reasons why years ago I established a class with young people at the after school programs where I did cooking with latchkey kids, and I
okay.
taught them how to prepare snacks in the kitchen without using the stoves to keep them safe until mom and dad was home.
Okay.
But yeah,
So then you said you don't recommend it. Was there ever some fire?
no, never was
Y'all were
fire.
safe?
Yeah,
Okay,
we
y'all
were
were safe?
safe.
Okay,
Yeah.
didn't burn down the house.
Nope,
and-
nope, never did. Yeah, so my mom, she, they divorced early, so she would date from time to time, and she happened to date wrestlers.
Okay.
And so they would come in and they'd be like, well, what's in the refrigerator? And then they'll look and be like, oh, there's nothing in here. The refrigerator is full, but there's nothing in there. So then all of a sudden we got steaks, we have lamb, we have whatever, and they
Yeah.
want, and they're like, get in there and get it done. So
Yeah, y'all
that's
was
how it
cooking.
happened.
So then cooking would be a love then.
Yeah, cooking is a passion. Sometimes it actually is a therapy for me as
Yeah,
well.
therapeutic, especially when you get in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it can be, because I know that I enjoy cooking. When I get in there, it's like I've made 30 things when I only intend on making 2. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you just keep going, you keep adding.
Yeah, it's very difficult for me to cook for 1 or 2, which I've been single for some time now, and when it comes to cooking just for myself, it's almost impossible. So I bring a lot of things to work.
Yes.
Yeah, so everybody gets to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
And we are happy.
You guys are well fed.
We are happy guinea pigs.
So then with your business, and again, I'm just asking,
Definitely.
entrepreneur, you're doing basically what's second nature. It's your passion, it's your love. So, and it's a blessing to be able to do that. So then, how did you start branding yourself, actually promoting yourself as what it is that you're
Right.
doing?
Now, so that's another skill set that I have. I have a couple of companies under my belt.
Okay.
Most of them established in Kansas City, Missouri. Shout out KC Cheese.
Okay.
KC, hey y'all.
Okay. All right.
Anywho.
Bye, y'all. Look at that. She left y'all.
Whatever.
No,
I gave
she
my
left
rep to
y'all.
KC. But
She
I'm
in
also
Dallas
getting my
now.
I'm also getting my rep to Florida. Hey fam. Because I'm equally from both.
Okay.
However, it's another skill set that I have. I have worked in administrative positions for a very long time. Even before I actually did it professionally, coming right out of college, coming out of school, I always had a love for paperwork, a love for marketing pieces. I'm not the best marketer, I don't think, but I have done my own branding.
Yes.
And I've
I don't know if y'all
Gabe,
noticed that her
Gabe.
logo is on the screen behind us.
Sorry, is that behind the scene? Can you bring that maybe right there so the people there? Sorry, I
Yeah.
was just thinking something.
Yeah. So
Look, if Kim was here, she would do it. Where's Kim at? No.
No.
Kim's taking care of business.
Right, I know she's taking care of it.
Yeah.
So then, so you've done your own marketing and your branding.
Since I was right about 30 years ago.
Okay. So then, you're telling us
About
your
30
age
years
then.
ago.
I thought she was like in your.
Well, kind of telling it to you. But anyway.
The old jokes abound on this podcast. So you have to be.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
We have lots
I
of old
heard.
jokes. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got lots of old jokes.
Mhm.
So,
That's okay.
but
I don't look old though.
that's right. I know, right?
That's
Got
right.
that, black don't crack.
At all.
And so then, do you also, since you've been doing it 30 plus years, obviously culinary, off and on.
Yes.
Okay, but you have the culinary spirit. You know how to brand.
Yeah.
You talked about the after school program. So then, do you mentor people?
I have mentored people. Since I've been in Texas, not so much outside of what we do with Flan.
Right.
But yes, before that, I have done a lot of mentoring. I'm supervisor at detention center for the state of Missouri. And so you always have those young people that find themselves drafting into your family.
Right. Yeah.
And so I've done that type of mentoring. Even when I first started out with the Latchkey Kids at an organization called City Union Mission in Kansas City, Missouri,
Mhm.
some young people connected with me, and I took on one of them under my wing by the name of Jason Daniels.
If you're watching, hey Jason. No.
Yes, hey, godson. And so with that being said, a lot of mentoring taking place
Gotcha.
over the years,
Gotcha.
in a lot of different states.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Very good. I
Mhm.
mean, it's food is good for the heart and the soul, and it's an extension where you can
It
show
is.
someone how to be self-sufficient.
Yes, yes.
So, how long did it take you to prepare this apple or these apples? I mean, each. How long did it take you to prepare them?
Dad's asking because he wants to maybe
Well,
have
yes,
you show mentor him on how to
Right. So preparing an apple, if you just use the fruit wash, it doesn't take long. But these particular apples, getting into this arena of the industry, I'm learning and I'm
Mhm.
growing and I'm teaching. I'm being self-taught. I've pretty much done that with everything when it comes to foods, after school. So
Right.
with this particular one, it's a process.
Mhm.
So, and it's almost a 3-day process. So you actually have to kind of steep boil real quickly,
Mhm.
take them out and dry them off and let them sit because you have to clear off the wax.
Oh, okay.
Once you do that, then you can go ahead and prop your stick, and then you still have to, clean again so that you can keep any juices from flowing. You got to make
Right.
sure there's no dents or anything so it doesn't bubble up. There's a
Right,
lot
yeah,
of different things
yeah,
to
because
this. After that, then you have to melt down candy melts. And these particular ones was real simple because I didn't have any sprinkles, any extras. I can put on apple Snickers, Heat bars, Kit Kats. I can add different things to it,
everything.
Oreo cookies, stuff like that. Those take a lot longer. So this particular process, letting it unwax, I guess you can call it, would take like a day or two, and then after that, just I can't say for one because I didn't just do one,
Right.
Right, yeah.
but for
It's a
I think
process.
at this time I did like 12 of them, and it took a little over an hour.
Okay. Not
Yeah,
bad. Not bad.
between an hour, 2 hours.
So Dad, are you gonna take the time? You're just gonna go ahead and let her do what she's great at, and
Well, I'm surveying the
Yeah.
land, but I'm definitely going to sample.
Yeah.
So
And this is more of the melted candy apples. There's another one where it's the translucent candy apples, where you actually do it with coloring,
Mhm.
water, and lots of sugar, allowing
Mhm.
it to come to a boil.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
And then letting it cool
Yeah,
down, and
exactly.
then you dip it, and then you're, dripping off, and then you set them and let them dry. So that process is it could be actually a little longer because you're waiting for it to reach that temperature.
That temperature that needs to
Yeah.
get to.
So besides sweets, what else do you? What other?
Oh yeah, because she said catering.
What other
We're
Yeah.
delicacies do you prepare for your
So
clients?
I feel like I can cook almost anything with a standardized recipe.
Okay.
So prove me wrong. That's
Right.
always
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah. Whatever you
Always
want,
say
she
that.
can cook it.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I have had,
And I was going to say I branched out as a I guess inspiration by this young man sitting here.
Yes, right.
Yes, you said
Young man. I
Yeah.
know.
You need to
I'm
know
just
that.
trying
I'm
to give him
gonna
a little
add that
props.
to my vernacular. Young man.
There
Just
you go.
for
See,
that reference.
you need to take note of that.
It'll
That's
go.
right.
It'll go back
Yeah.
to But yeah, so I was inspired by him. I had always wanted to walk into the world of vegan world. And last year around this same time in May, I was diagnosed pre-diabetic.
Okay.
And I was told if I didn't change my diet, and if I did not change my eating habits and exercise.
Mhm.
So for me, 2 out of 1, because I'm still working on the exercise piece.
Right.
I probably should have said that. Like my
Well,
doctor might be.
But that's all right. But
anywho,
you
yeah.
moving towards that.
So yeah, but I instantly changed my diet.
Okay.
And it was easy because I had already been dipping and dabbing into
it's a
that.
violation.
Yes, it is.
Dipping it.
Yes, it is.
You
I
gotta
have
pay
to
a fine.
Yeah, I do. And she's going to.
I'm glad I got mine on airplane mode. I didn't even know about the fine.
Yes, there's a fine that I
Mhm.
have to pay, and
Okay.
and it will be
Hand over
steep.
your $5.
Right.
Right. But so yeah, I branched up into it because I already know foods, I already know recipes. I'm
Mhm.
real familiar in the kitchen. It wasn't anything to switch up in the way that I changed that diet. I've come to love a lot of things about the vegan world.
Mhm.
And I'm really fascinated with the idea of how to change different types of vegetables
Mhm.
into whole meals.
Mhm.
It took a minute for me to understand that I'm not going to get an actual meal because it baffled me how anyone eat 5 to 6 meals a day. But it
Right.
really wasn't meals. It's just they ate 5 to 6 times.
Right.
And I was like, I couldn't possibly do that. Well, I
Right.
probably do that more than
Yes.
that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah, no, I actually I've mentioned this on other podcasts, but I when I was changing my diet, I was inspired by Michael Jai White. Now,
Mhm.
now he for those who don't know, he's a world class martial artist. He's, in my humble estimation, he's the best martial artist since Bruce Lee.
Okay.
But Michael Jai White is the real deal. He has, he has fought full contact, on, all around the world.
Mhm.
One just, I mean, he's, weapons, no weapons, just different styles. He's,
Mhm.
he's amazing. But he, and for those of you still who don't know, because like who's this karate guy he's
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah. Because I was like, I've never heard about this man, and every
Yeah.
week I learned something from
Well,
you.
well, if
This young man over
you
here.
have seen, yes, that's right, that's
Mhm.
right.
I learned
Tell-
something.
Yeah.
Tell him
You
what
know,
she's
every
working
week.
with.
Just
Yeah.
until tomorrow.
I'm only young until
Right,
tomorrow.
right.
Okay,
Till
I'll take it
tomorrow
today.
morning.
But
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, you saw Why Did I Get Married, right?
Mhm.
Right. Well,
Yes.
Michael Jai White
did
is the
too.
one that was married to the one that was always fussing.
Uh-huh.
That's Michael Jai
yeah,
White.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So but he is
He's vegan?
well,
No,
no,
he's a
not
martial
vegan.
artist.
Oh.
He's not vegan.
Yeah, he's a
But I was
martial
just saying
artist.
that.
Let me get caught up. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Let me just
okay.
slow the train down so you can. But
You can hop on now. You said no.
Right, I guess I'm old. Yeah, that's what he says on the slide.
well, it's
Okay.
I'm glad, it's nice to have company. I just
Yeah.
but
Yeah, company.
It's okay. Payback.
Yeah.
but he one of the things he does, because I mean he's he's getting to be an older guy, and he's in phenomenal shape, but he said he eats 5 or 6 smaller meals a day
Mhm.
instead of eating 3 larger ones. And the other thing he talked about was really because we in this country we have a habit of eating the the entree,
Right.
with the starches and all this and all that.
Right.
And I thought that's what this was as well when I
and-
first walked into this world.
Yeah,
But it is
it's
totally not.
And
Yeah.
really, if you eat a whole bunch of, if you eat carbs and proteins and all, mix all the stuff together, whatever your body doesn't process in about 15-20 minutes is going to turn to sugar, or
Right.
so.
And that's why it's so important to include fiber in everything you're eating.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fiber
Yes.
just helps you blow that out.
Yeah.
It's coming, and so it makes it an easier process
that's
for
right.
all the things to come. And so now I will tell y'all that I know I will never be vegan. Like I
Mhm.
just know
Yeah.
I'll never do
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
right? But I do have exercise in my repertoire, so I exercise and I eat.
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
a combination right now
Yeah.
is working for me. I'm
Right.
not, I'm not
Yeah,
skinny,
yeah.
but I'm in good shape.
And that's what it's really about. Any nutrition is really about what works
What's
best
for
for
you.
you,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
what
Right.
works for me is not going to work for you.
Right, that's right. That's
Or
right.
possibly it won't work for you.
Right.
So for me, I'm not vegan either. I'm
Mhm.
pescatarian. I did
Okay.
my research because I wasn't sure that I would be able to walk away from meat
Right. Period.
immediately. I knew that I would chicken, and chicken was one of my loves, but I
Mhm.
also found out instantly from the doctor that it provides a lot of inflammation in the body along
Mhm.
with other foods.
Yes.
And so
The
that was one
chicken
of my
does
main
Did you wait?
Yeah.
She see her face, y'all. She's like chicken.
Inflammation.
that was one of my main issues.
That's
is
why the stomach ain't going
inflammation.
nowhere. Though.
Yeah, bloating and
Right.
yeah.
It's the
Getting
it's
older,
the
menopause
chicken.
is part of that.
Yeah,
You know.
I'm close to that too. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah.
so-
So it's funny that you mentioned menopause. I was at CVS or Walgreens and down the women's aisle, and they had the whole menopause test, and I was actually
What, a
shocked.
menopause
A
test?
menopause test, and
Mhm.
I'm stretching here, and I'm going on the limb, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, if y'all know, or put in the comments. But I think that test was like $39.49. It was like almost $40
Wow.
to see if you were menopause. And I was just like, and then and of course it was
I
like,
didn't know they
and
had a
then
test
two,
for that.
and then like 2 spaces over that you have pregnancy test. So I was like,
So
I
from
know.
from one end to the
One-
other.
one-
huh?
yeah,
One extreme to the
Oh,
the
next.
tests
There
and
you go.
everything,
From one end to the
extreme
other.
the next. But I was like, why is this thing $40?
Well, that's interesting because when 40, yeah. So a few years ago, it doesn't matter. So I'm 53. No, I'm 54 now.
Oh, yeah. See,
I think, am I 54?
right.
I'll be forgetting. Anyway,
right,
yeah, I'm
right.
54 now.
Okay.
It just happened last month.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. So at 40, on my 40th birthday, I started showing a lot of signs.
Uh-huh.
I literally cussed out my sister, went off on my daughter
Mhm.
after they had taken me to Color Purple in
Uh-huh.
Chicago.
Okay.
And my sister she went outside, smoked a cigarette, came back in and said, "You need to go to the doctor." First thing Monday morning.
Like
First thing Monday
your
morning.
hormones
Something is
is
not
off.
right. And it was out of my character to do that. And so I did go to the doctor. But it's interesting because I never had an actual test of any kind.
Uh-huh.
They just asked a lot of different questions.
Right. Well, now they
and the biggest one was, and I know that it was based off of what happens with your mother, and they relate that to what happens with you during your same time frame. So at 40, my mother had a hysterectomy.
Okay.
So I was not able to know what exactly she was going to go through or any of that. And so, but they took that information, they left the room, they went and did whatever, and they came back and said, "You're perimenopausal
or something.
Perimenopausal.
I hope that's right, y'all. Correct us if we're wrong.
And right. And but that was 13 years ago.
Right.
I'm full blown menopausal now because I have not had a cycle in over 5 years.
Right. So then and everybody's and that's probably another reason why since your body changed and your doctor said, "Hey, you got to change your eating and all of that."
Yeah. Because for women, our bodies change daily.
Yeah, dude.
It literally does change daily. And so
and so does our emotions.
Yeah, because it's all a part of our anatomy.
Right. Now, so then with going back to, because look, I'll be 50 in September. So I'm,
welcome to the club.
I know, right? I'm almost there. I'm sorry.
I was 50 once.
You was 50 once, a long time ago. So
I'll be new 40s, but I just like being 50.
I know, right? Well, I'm exactly. It's free.
Yeah.
So with you then, really, relearning your body and all of that and changing your diet, because that's one of the questions I was going to ask you, because I meet a lot of people who cook and okay, so what are you doing? Are you eating everything you cook in, or you just kind of perfected it, or you got the taste test dummies?
So this is crazy.
I mean, it sounds like it's the office right now. But
it's the office on the taste test, but it's also so I have, since I've been here, I connect very well with people. Even though I am so shy and nobody believes me when I say that.
I'm
but
shy
I really
too. You
am.
believe me?
Yeah. Huh?
I'm shy too.
You probably are.
See,
but it's just like when you're in the spotlight, or when you feel comfortable, then you flow a little differently.
Exactly.
But I really am shy. So I can believe that about you.
I use my nervous energy to just keep doing what I'm doing.
To fuel everything else. Yeah. So I established this. I don't know if I did it, but we connected and we came together. And so I called the group the Sisterhood.
Okay.
So, hey, Sisterhood, I know y'all watching.
Hey,
Latoya,
y'all.
Tamara, Pig, hey.
I'm gonna be in the group. Don't worry.
Right. And that is
I won't.
Now we have a few that haven't come into the group yet, so I want to give that shout out for Stephanie and Julia.
Okay.
And Tamara. I mean, not Tamara. Oh, you're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me. Tangela.
Okay.
But that's the Texas Sisterhood. I have sisterhoods in Missouri, in Kansas, in Florida.
Wow.
So hey, Wandy and Taya from Florida, Sarasota.
Have you come back? There's more to learn.
SRQ in the house. Hey, y'all. And then I gotta say hey to Vivian and Rhonda from KC and a couple other folks. So yes, I'm not gonna be able to say all y'all names. Y'all know that, but I love y'all the more. But yeah, so sisterhood, They taste test a lot of things.
Okay.
I always have them over. I was blessed to get a loft after 18 years of wanting one. Would not get one when I had children. It wasn't appropriate. I didn't
Right.
feel like it was.
Right.
So now that everybody's doing their thing, I have adult children. I have 8 grandbabies.
Right.
One we just came into the world
Oh,
in
congratulations.
January.
Hey.
So that being said, I probably needed to drink something.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm not.
Okay. Look, I'll have a sip
Right.
for her.
Have a sip
Yes,
for
we're
I'll-
gonna
me.
have
that
a
way she
sip-
can clear her
we'll have a
throat.
sip for her.
Yeah, I got back issues. I took some medicine. I'm not drinking.
Mhm.
But yeah, so the sisterhood, they come over, we hang out, we do sip wine, and we taste things. I create stuff. We getting ready to do that again because Latoya just got her place.
Okay.
And so
I'll
I'm
be-
cooking up a batch of I'm not telling you.
Oh, I
Okay.
got you, but I'm not
Thought
Thought
telling
I
you.
was about to
I
say
mean,
it,
yeah,
didn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
yeah.
I
And
said,
then,
okay.
look at Dad's like, oh,
But
don't
it's
worry about it.
gonna-
I'm getting leftovers at the office. So
That's
it's all
right.
good.
That's
I'm
right.
not coming to the housewarming, but I'm getting leftovers.
right. So, but yeah, so they do a lot of tasting for me, and then I bring things to the office, and they taste things out, and then I know from there what I want to continue to
do.
put out there for my customers in the community, or I decide no, it's not worth it because maybe it was too much for me to cook it. It was too much preparation.
Too much.
So when I put the prices together on everything, I go by, the cost of what it takes, my packaging, my marketing, and then how much labor I put into it.
Gotcha.
And if it takes too long, then it may not be worth it because I may have to put too much of a price tag on it, and nobody's going to want to do that.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Well, that
we are
makes sense.
inflation, so
I would,
prices are what
but
Yeah,
I would,
I
I
know.
would say that I would not sell yourself short in that area. I know that you don't want to price yourself out of the market,
yeah.
but by the same token, when you put love and labor into things,
Mhm.
people are willing to pay for that. So
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
price yourself out of that market either.
Oh no, I don't. I strictly go by what it costs me and everything else.
Yeah.
I
To
put
make
all
it.
that. And
So
then
like
per item.
I'm definitely not a chef and did not go to culinary school, but I have certain things that I make that I
Mhm.
perfect. So one of the things that I
Mhm.
make that everybody asks for and people even think it comes from restaurants, like I'm really good at making egg rolls.
Nice.
Yes. And
Okay.
so and I've done them with shrimp, chicken.
Mhm. Well, I outsource.
Okay, well, I did.
Uh-huh.
Mine's is really
Yeah,
good. Like and so my alter ego name. I hope I don't offend anybody, but when I'm making those, I'm Ling Ling.
Okay.
Okay.
Ling Ling, okay.
I got Ling Lings in the house, and
Yeah,
she,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and so
Okay.
and so one year I actually, I thought I'm gonna outsource. I'm
Mhm,
gonna because I actually, I put oyster sauce. I do the fish sauce. I mean, I do everything from
Yeah,
scratch.
I love
Like
oyster
I
sauce.
really,
I
yeah.
put that in my oxtails.
Yes. Oh, really?
Jamaican
Okay.
oxtails.
Okay.
Too. Oh yeah.
I did. Okay. So look at I'm all over the place.
Oh,
I
but
did.
that's all y'all
yeah,
gonna get. I
yeah,
just told
yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. Don't tell. Well, look at. Well, I did jerk chicken on a Sunday. I think that was Sunday. When my days running together on me. But I started off with barbecue seasoning on the chicken, and then I came in with the jerk seasoning and my other seasoning, and it actually gave it a nice,
Mhm, mhm.
the spice, but a little
Yeah.
sweet to it. So it
Yeah.
actually turned out really good. And I
Yeah.
was like, so I don't came up from. I just told y'all a secret.
Right.
Like everybody was
Now
like,
when I cook chicken, and I think I was probably in my 20s when I used to do this, and so this is just a tip. I don't, So anyway,
mhm,
I would fry chicken.
mhm,
I would let it dry off, all the
Mhm.
oil release, and then I would either do a Cajun type honey spice
mhm,
and glaze it with that,
Right.
bake it a little bit, or
right.
either I would do like a Mongolian type barbecue, and then I would do the same thing.
Mhm.
And I did not use a recipe.
Yeah, you just come up
When
with
I,
stuff.
I do my barbecue sauce. I love to experiment in the kitchen.
That's me. I'm always putting
Yeah,
stuff together.
yeah.
We have look at Tahan. I know Tahan's not watching stuff. My brother is definitely an experimenter. And,
Yes, he is.
Oh,
Yes.
And so it was funny. We laugh about it, but
Is that the oldest or the youngest?
Well, no, he's under her.
He's right
He's-
up
Oh,
me.
you said your son.
yeah,
Your
no,
her-
no,
brother.
yeah,
her
Your
brother, my
brother,
son.
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And but he at once put some rosemary in the eggs, and the kid.
Rosemary.
Yeah.
It was a stretch. It was a stretch.
Yeah.
And so of course the kids are like,
What's that taste?
No, they were like,
I know,
no,
it's
they
like-
didn't even eat it.
Oh no!
No,
Oh,
they were like, there's grass in the eggs. Why? And so,
Yeah, I remember that. That was on
Yeah,
that trip.
yeah, yeah.
We was like, yeah.
and so he'll never be able to live that down,
Right.
you know.
I have
No,
a friend from Bahamas, Helen, and she's in Sarasota, Florida. SRQ.
there
Gotta
you
say
go.
that again. But she brought to, and this is when I worked for the post office for a few years.
Mhm.
She brought to the post office. I think it was, I want to say it was oxtails, or it was something of the culture.
Mhm.
And she had thyme. She had fresh thyme.
Mhm.
And so that's the sticks with the
Yeah,
little piece
exactly.
of leaf
Mhm.
on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't think it was grass, but I thought something had dropped off. It wasn't supposed. And that was
Yeah,
my first time
yeah.
being introduced
It's
to
a
thyme.
time. Yeah, I love time.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I love
added
it now. Yeah,
herb, and
love
it definitely
I love that.
takes your
and
food to
capers.
yes,
and a
takes
lot of
your
different
food to
things.
another level. See,
It
yes,
does.
yes,
It
okay,
does.
well,
I won't dwell on this long, but I since we want to encourage people to it, and even at work, we talk to children. We want to encourage them to be the best version of themselves.
right.
And
So,
it
what work is FLAN, but what does FLAN stand for?
stands for Future Leaders Outreach Network. Yes.
Yes, so
And
I know that, but I want them to know that.
I just need it out there.
So for anyone that might be down and thinking that they can't get up, you're absolutely wrong. This woman is an example of strength. And
Mhm.
so she lost one of her children over like a year ago.
And it hasn't been a year
It
yet.
hasn't even
Okay,
been a
my
year yet.
condolences.
And so for her to be starting this business after having gone through that
Right.
is again
Going
just a
through it.
Yeah,
testament.
going through, yeah, 'cause
And
it's-
going
it's-
through
yeah.
it, yeah, no,
Because, yeah.
and let me correct that. You're right, because
Mhm.
you're going to be going through that for
Yeah.
Sometime.
it will
Yeah.
sometime. I still think about my mother. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I just wanted to tell you that out there that the measure of us is not whether we get knocked down or not, but it's whether we're willing to get back up.
That's
and,
right.
and she is an example of getting back up. So I just wanted to acknowledge you
Yeah.
for
Thank
having
you.
the strength to
Right.
get up
Mhm.
and to do this, because this is amazing. This
Yeah.
is joy, this is love.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
And this inspired it actually. Well, before I say that, I'm gonna say that
And
in
I was with those.
in experiencing this loss, I have to acknowledge that my mother had just passed 7 years prior to that.
Okay.
So and I'm still trying to
It's
find
grief.
ways
Yeah,
to grieve with
yeah.
that. And so now I feel like I'm doing a double.
Yeah,
deal.
yeah.
But I want to say that the colors here, this all is inspired by my daughter Talina. We call her Pinky.
Mhm.
It's inspired by her because she was very colorful.
Right.
Very colorful individual. Love flowers, love people, love colors. Her favorite color is pink, but her favorite flower was butterfly. Sunflower.
So,
Her
oh,
favorite
my favorite
animal
flower
was
is
butterfly.
sunflower.
So
Mhm.
she literally loved color.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every holiday she was doing something because it involved.
The color. Okay.
Yeah, and that's life. For me, that feels lively and it's life.
Exactly.
And so that's how I represent that. I acknowledge, I remember, and I honor her with that.
yeah.
But
that's good.
taking something like that and turning it into energy. I mean, look at this pretty pink, and these are
Yes.
pretzels, right?
Yes.
I want to show some of this stuff really quick. I'm gonna move my
Yeah.
mic. We have
Those are short stops. My middle daughter named these are the pretzels that didn't make it.
I love
they're
it.
about to make it.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna eat some of these.
Now
And-
these
and
are
pickles.
Yes.
what kind of
So,
pickles are they?
Those are frulicles.
Frulicers.
Frulicles.
Frulicles. So those are fruit inspired. So there's a fruit flavor
Uh-huh.
and colored pickle.
Okay.
Okay.
They are very good.
So what flavor
they
is
are
that?
sweetened.
Look, I'm like, Dad, hand
This
me
is
the
well,
these
yeah,
are cotton
here you go.
candy.
cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
Oh, okay.
And they were supposed to be pink, but the pink took over and turned into red.
Red. Okay.
Oh,
But that's okay.
that's okay.
That's all right.
That's okay. So, and these are what are these called?
Look, these are gonna be mine.
Yeah.
Diane, if you watching me, I got some candy pickles, girl.
These are shortstops.
Okay.
Hmm.
And what are?
And these are candy with a twist on a stick.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hmm.
So look at all this creativity. I just wanted to show y'all some of this. And let's see, what else do we have up here?
Got the cake pops.
Oh, the cake pops. Yeah.
Yes, I'm trying to decide, like,
kind of
'cause
hard to see.
I did
this, so
work
let
out
me-
today, so look, I'm just
You're trying to
thinking
decide
about.
how much you
I'm
can
just
have
trying to
already.
think how much I could have because I did work out this
I
morning.
don't know if they can. Well, maybe they can see that
Yeah.
inside the box.
Yeah, that's
That-
cute.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
beautiful. So
I'm huge on cinnamon.
so what would you suggest that we sample? Because
Sample whatever you want.
oh, okay. If you
Sure.
have the pickle, I know what you're sampling. So
Yes.
Oh, wait. You know what? Let me see what doesn't have as much sugar.
well,
Are you
I'm okay.
okay?
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta
You know,
make sure
take your
Dad's sugar.
medication?
And I,
yes, I'm.
'Cause
As
he tends to bounce off of walls.
Yes,
when he
well,
gets
I tend to bounce off a wall whether
sugar.
I'm eating
It-
sugar or
Yeah,
not.
you
Yeah,
do, but
yeah.
it intensifies.
It
We're
Yeah,
just
so-
we're
so-
just being that.
no.
look, he's already hyped.
You see what I mean?
Mhm.
She's like,
I'm gonna eat all these.
Was it ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Very good.
Good.
So yeah, I'm
Very
gonna
good.
try one of those in a moment. But y'all, this is
Gabe, you want
y'all
your
know
pretzel?
y'all know I get excited when yeah. Gabe, here you go. Try one of these pretzels, man.
Very good.
And I see. I heard. That's y'all heard that over there.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So
I
I'm
like that. I
I'm
like
gonna see if
that.
I can get the same.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep.
Good. Good.
And I'm just
Very
watching.
Yeah. Okay.
And so
So
Nice.
we encourage any other small businesses that want us to eat their food. We will do it.
that's right. we guarantee that we will eat your food.
Yes.
So let me put something else down here. So Gabe, I want you to share these pickles with me because I want to try them because I'm not getting none of the pickles on the other side of the
Yeah, I
room.
don't
So,
think so.
so Gabe, open this pickle and try it.
So,
And,
hold it up.
You know, where's Gabe has turned into guinea pig number 2, number
Mhm.
3 actually.
Right.
But no, these are delicious.
Nice. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And now, so nothing's off limits, as far as what you can do. You can do sweets, you do cooking. That's actually kind of hard to find because some people don't do everything.
Yes, and the reason why is a cook is definitely not a baker, but a
Mhm.
baker can be a cook. A
Mhm.
baker is very precise, precision, concise, on point. Measurements have to be very
Mhm.
much on point.
That's why I'm
um,
not a baker.
And cooking, my chef before he passed, he would always, well, I put it like this: I'm not the best at measuring,
Mhm.
but I can measure. And I guess what I would say with that is measuring with conversion.
Mhm.
So
now you're on a whole nother level.
I was not very good at converting
Mhm.
on paper,
Mhm.
but they called me a very unique chef when I was in school
Mhm.
because I learned, well, self-made, but I also learned from ladies that I watched.
Right.
And so with that being said, if you ask me to pour a cup and a half, I
Mhm.
would literally pour a cup and a half without looking at the lines on the measuring cup. I could actually take a teaspoon and
Right,
do
yeah.
it. So it was hard for me to convert. So what happened was I would always beat out everyone in the lab when it
Right.
comes to the actual preparing a dish or whatever. And then we would do our exam. But
Mm-hmm.
what they would do is they would have me to fake like I was doing my exam.
Okay, gotcha.
And when everyone else left, because once you do your exam, you can leave after you clean up your area
Right, yeah.
for the lab. So after the lab was cleaned up, I would sit back and my instructor or my chef would say, okay, now let's go ahead, go over to your area and pour me this or spoon me that or, whatever. And I would literally do it.
Mhm.
I would measure out, he would say sift out, so much flour or whatever. And I would do that. And he said, there's nothing wrong with the fact that you can't seem to convert. because you do convert. You
Right, you
just
just do it
don't do
your
it the way
way.
the books say to do it. He
Right.
said, "Who taught you?" And I told him that I was learning since I was 7, and we
Right.
had the cookouts around 11 and 12.
Right.
And then whatever else I learned from other women
Right.
watching
Right.
in the kitchen. So everything I do is because of
Yeah.
sight.
Off a site, yeah.
Gabe,
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a Kool-Aid pickle, but
And-
but it's not sweet like that. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it's not too sweet. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
And so
I-
it
I know, but
wasn't.
yeah, so Dad, you don't locked out because I'm eating this one, Gabe eating it. Like you're not
So you're gonna have to
getting-
get your own.
yeah, I'm gonna have to get my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause these
So
are so
it
good. Like,
isn't-
you know, I'm just like on lock. I'm
Yeah,
like,
It
but
is
Gabe
inspired
holding it.
by
You know, y'all
Kool-Aid
notice he
pickles.
didn't hand it back. Y'all notice.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, but this is really good.
Wow.
So, but that's and
It's
But
that's
y'all,
good.
inspired
you,
Kool-Aid
have that one.
pickle.
I'm gonna get
Okay.
this.
I got the idea from Kool-Aid Pickle,
Mhm.
but everybody, I'm that person that wants to do things differently or be the unique one.
Right. Well,
And
these are the
so
bomb.
I didn't want to use Kool-Aid.
Right.
And then I have an issue about the dyes and stuff in Kool-Aid.
Right. Yeah.
You
So,
know,
okay, this
especially
is a healthy
giving
pickle.
this to children,
Right. Yeah.
you know, because you have children that have, deficiencies, and so they can't do the red color, the red dyes.
yeah. So
You know, I mean, they wouldn't be able to do this, but I do with flavoring. So even if I wanted to do something and I was at an event and I knew that there were children there that were, had issues with ADHD or something like that because of the dyes,
Mhm.
then what I would do is just leave the pickle itself and add the coloring and let it,
let it go.
marinate in there,
Let
and
it
then
go.
provide it, and they would still get what they needed.
Yeah. Well, Charlie and Gabe over here are smiling at these pickles. So y'all excuse me because I got to have one.
Cause they are fabulous.
There wasn't a third one.
Yeah, there are.
Oh,
They're
okay.
over there.
They're over there
Oh,
on the
over
other
there?
side.
Yeah.
So then,
The table wasn't big enough to
right.
put everything
so
on
then,
it.
how does someone, get in touch with TC's treats?
Tessie treats
Tessie treats
and eats.
and
Yes.
eats. I don't mess it up.
Yeah.
Tessie treats and eats.
So treats is what you see. Eats, of course, is the catering side of it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's where the sweet tooth meets the savory cravings.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what's your phone number? Facebook? Is
Yeah,
everything is
so-
all the same?
So my website is Tessie, TESE treats,
Mhm,
TREATS, and then the letter N, all small,
mhm,
and then eats.
mhm, eats.
So couldn't put the N, the symbol
Right.
N. So the N letter and then eats, and at online.
Mhm.
So you don't have to use a www. You don't have to use .com. It's just Tessie Tessie Treats N Eats at online.
And online. That's it.
Yes,
I
that's
think
it.
this is the best pickle I've
And
ever
that was
had.
it.
Too, because it's not. I mean, it's perfect.
This is
Yeah.
great because because pickles kind of give you the pickle face. These
right,
don't.
right.
These don't.
Right.
Yeah.
These
So
don't.
that's good. That's
Y'all,
good.
these go hard. Right.
So
I'm putting me an order in.
Oh,
Yeah, I am.
thank
so
you.
did you have a phone number? that
Oh
you-
yes. So phone number. If you simply want a consultation, then that number is 817-865-6265. But if you want a quote and you already know what you want, you just want to text, that number is 816-200-1531.
She's keeping
And
that other phone number.
All of that is I kept my Missouri number. And then all of that is also on that website. So and also Tessie Treats and Eats is a Facebook page as well.
Excellent.
So really quick, because we've been focusing, we've been featuring the treats.
Mhm.
Tell people about
Mhm.
some of the eats that you do. What
Okay, and before I do that, I want to also, I just like to pat myself on the back sometimes, and so
Mhm.
I want to say that
I can do it because these are really good.
right, I did all of that marketing, all of set up a websites and all of that within a month.
Mm.
Within a month, everything that you'll see was done within a month, and all the content that I'm adding, I try to do something at least every weekend, or if I can after work.
And see, that's so important that you said that, because you've got to, I've not met any successful person who did not think differently.
Mhm.
You've got to think differently and remember that it's okay that somebody else's people do stuff with pickles all the
Yeah.
time, but it's what you do and how you do
Yeah.
it
You
And
have to
so-
bring something different to the
yeah.
table.
And so
Yeah.
you've got to think differently on what
Yeah.
it is that you're trying to put out there. It's okay if it's the same thing, but the difference is whatever your spin is, and it's you.
Right.
And you've got to have a plan.
Right,
And
you
you've got to
do.
have these.
You
And,
do.
and in order to enact it, you've got to sit there. And I call it
Yes.
my beta period. You know,
Mhm.
I'm constantly coming up with ideas.
Yeah.
And I come up with off the wall things. People say, "Girl, how you come up with that?" I'm like, "I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
God." You
It's
know,
a constant process,
It
and
is.
it can be inspired quite a bit as
Mhm.
well. Let me answer this question, and then I'm gonna go back into that because I want to talk a little bit about the traveling organizer.
Mhm.
That's one of my companies, and I established it back in 2008.
Okay.
And that's the side where I assist others in
Mhm.
doing what I'm doing now.
Oh, good.
With
Okay.
setting up, doing
Right.
startups.
So she got 10 jobs. If you heard that, like there's 10
Yeah,
jobs.
I am a Jamaican. No, I have been to Jamaica
What
and
up, Mom?
Ghana. But yeah, so let me.
That accent, I ain't got it. Imitation.
My accent actually comes out every time I go over there,
Mhm.
literally.
Right.
So this is one of those advertisements.
Mhm.
And so I will just name off a couple of different things. And so what I was going to answer your question about you were talking about the eat side of it.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So the east side of it is that I do these unique type cupcakes. And they're not actually the traditional cupcakes. Now I do the traditional cupcakes, but
Mhm.
these are actual meals, but they're in
Cupcake
the
meals?
form of a cupcake.
Okay.
And some will call it a brunch dessert.
Mhm.
But I think when you call it a brunch dessert, someone will still think of something sweet or a dessert.
Right.
And this isn't. This is the savory side
Okay.
of that sweet tooth, meaning that sweet tooth. And so I do meatloaf, mashed potatoes,
Mhm.
with a drizzle of gravy on top of cornbread. But the cornbread is in the
The
form of the
cupcake.
cupcake.
Oh.
And then so there's a picture somewhere here on the floor of that. I can also do that in a form of.
Oh, okay.
And this is
it,
the
right?
pot roast. Nope.
Okay.
That one is over there.
This is a this
So
is one
this
of them.
is one of them. That is the pot roast. Browns is what I
Okay.
call that.
Okay. and this
That one is and I did this one for a Galentine event this year.
Okay.
Um,
So y'all, this is pretty creative. Like,
Yeah.
Actually
Excuse
to
me.
have a savory cupcake that has your starch, your vegetables.
Yeah,
your
it has a
protein.
meal.
It's a meal
Yeah.
in a cupcake.
It
Like,
is,
Yeah.
yeah. I can do a breakfast. It's like I call it breakfast delight, but it is
Mhm.
similar to like a breakfast casserole.
Okay.
So I can do that in that form. Chicken and waffles,
Okay.
barbecue jackfruit.
Barbecue jackfruit.
Mm,
Okay.
That is barbecue.
She did some
I
jackfruit.
love
she did-
barbecue jackfruit.
She
That was
did
one of
some
my first
jackfruit,
loves as
like
a pescatarian.
Okay,
chicken,
wow.
like fried chicken. It was jackfruit.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Right.
Like, he's like, oh God,
Yeah.
order you some.
And I can do a vegan version of the chicken and waffle
Mhm.
using the oyster mushroom.
Oh, you holding out on me? See,
Well,
y'all, wait. I didn't know
to
this.
my defense, my mind is constantly going
Right.
on different ideas and different things. And so that one came up today.
Oh, okay.
Because when I thought about how much we both love that oyster mushroom,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know that I loved it that much until they took me to, and this is a shout out to Vegan House.
Yeah.
And so after that, I see, and everything that I try, I'm like, oh, I can do that.
Right. Yeah.
And then I'll go home and I'll try it. And that's how I came about the Rockefeller oysters.
Okay.
So that's another thing that I can do for like the more quaint, the private
type of
yeah,
venues.
type of
Okay.
So yeah, there's a few things that I do. And if it's not on, I'm sorry, if it's, I know I'm away from my mic.
It's okay.
So if it's not on the website, if it's not on my page,
They just need
and
to
you
ask.
still want that done,
Mm-hmm.
then just hit me up and ask me if I can do it. Most likely I can do it.
And there you have it. I think you said that in the beginning. It's like I can do it. So
Yeah.
Right.
I know that it is about time for us to get out
It's
of
about
here.
that time.
I am just
Yes,
just
thank
yes.
you.
In fact, let me set this down. So
I
I
would
don't.
have to say I was comfortable. I didn't think
Yeah.
I would be. I
Yeah.
was. Yeah,
Said, I'm
y'all.
glad you said
You
that.
all
Rick.
made that very comfortable. You all
Yeah.
made it very comfortable.
Well,
Yeah,
so,
well,
this
so-
this is
yeah.
a conversation, and it's a conversation that we love having. We love having people come in, and we love spotlighting the business, and we want you to be at home because we're
Yeah.
at home.
And it felt.
Taylor,
it
did you
felt-
try
it felt like
any
that.
of the pretzels
It
or
felt like
anything?
that.
Oh, well, you know what? Let me while would Charlie take over for a second.
Okay, I will.
I'm a
So we definitely you got so many businesses going on. I mean, I would even love to have you come back and let's just talk. Look at business.
We have something
sister.
in common too.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do. And I wanted to mention the other inspiration outside of everything that I've already stated
Uh-huh.
was that this business also birthed out of my God-given idea of short-term rental business
Okay.
that then had to be revamped over 4 different times because of some regulations and some
Yeah.
policies and protocols and
Yes.
compliances in the state of Missouri.
Gotcha.
I wasn't really wanting to bring it here because it that was its home.
Right.
And when that didn't happen, I tried to revamp more than once.
Mhm.
And so now the 4th revamping
Mhm.
is to actually go ahead and allow it to be for affordable home
Gotcha.
housing
Right.
for veterans, seniors, and for young moms.
Excellent. Yeah.
now you're
But-
talking. So
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I had to, because of the expense of that, and I do have my business plan, and I do have a lot of my my marketing that I've done myself.
Right.
I have a lot of things in place, but it is sitting right now
Mhm.
because of the financial piece of that is
Right.
way out of the pocket.
Right.
I do want it to be self-made. I do want it to be self-standing. And so with
Right.
that being said, I'm hoping that this and this passion will be able to birth that
Right.
at some point
It
Well, they-
definitely
before I
will
take
be.
my last breath.
Well, they
That is
will.
one of the things that I
Yeah.
want to put
Yeah.
my mark on this world before I
it
leave.
will.
Yeah,
I will
we
just
definitely
say
will.
that
We definitely can put
that's
together.
Yeah.
speak
'cause
on
it's a
things
lot.
that are not as though they are. So
Yes,
it
there
will.
you go.
It will.
Mhm.
It'll come
We
to
have got to
fruition,
get out of
yeah.
here.
Right.
I have
We'll
had.
put it on there. Yeah, there's
uh,
lots of stuff out there.
Thank you
It is.
so much for
Yeah, it is. USDA.
coming
You
on
don't
the
have to, you don't have to
show.
own it either.
Thank
I
you
know.
for providing us with these. In fact, when we get off the air, I'm digging into one of these apples. I just
So you got a knife?
somebody got a knife?
You all didn't try the strawberries.
Oh yeah, well I want to try the strawberry. In fact, let me chew while we're going off the air. So the strawberry. Yeah.
So y'all,
But yeah, you
as
get a
we
knife
always
for the
say, that you got
for the
to
apple?
love yourself before you can love somebody
That's
else.
right. Love yourself because it'd be a lot easier
Now those
to
are the
love.
more designed ones.
Now,
Show
these
her
are-
before you start eating
yeah,
it so she
these
can
are-
see them
Yeah,
too.
yes.
These are the strawberries, which I'm gonna have one. In fact, I think I'm just gonna go for straight chocolate.
You're gonna go
because-
for straight
That's
chocolate.
too.
yes.
Yeah, I don't do strawberries.
Oh, Oh, that's right. She doesn't do strawberries. That's
I
right.
do chocolate covered apples, pineapples. I don't know. Me and strawberries.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm working out my
Mm, mm.
pineapples.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the citrus is giving me
So-
problems.
Yeah. You want a strawberry?
On strawberry. Oh,
Yep.
phone.
No.
oh.
Okay. It
So,
probably
yeah,
just
so
said,
We've been feeding the crew. So
Right.
again, on behalf of Charlie and Kim, thank you so much for
You're
coming.
welcome. Thank
um,
you.
And
Thank you
again,
for having me.
you're very
I know.
welcome. I love it. It's good.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. So one more time, really quick, give me your phone number, how to contact you.
Okay. That number is for consultation is 817-865-6265. And if you simply just want to quote, you already know what you want, just send over that request. And that number is 816-200-1531.
All right, y'all. Well, y'all got it. We will see y'all next week. Same time.
Same facts time,
Facts time.
same facts channel.
Facts channel. Look, we do this every week, and I act brand new. Like, what's wrong with me? He's rubbing off on me.
That's
Bye,
right.
y'all.
That's right. That old juice is rubbing off on you. Bye, y'all. See y'all next week.
Hey, this is Charlie,
This is JR.
host of Speaking the Facts with Charlie and JR, broadcasting live each week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. from Fishbowl.